All right. Hey, everybody. Dan here, Dan Fitzpatrick at stockmarketmentor.com. And this is Fitz and Five on January 6th. It may not even be 5 minutes. I just don't know. So I want to look at Meta today. Geez, I got to tell you, man, if you're just an investor, about any day is a good day to buy Meta. The trend just continues to be strong here. If you look at the blue line, that's the 40-week or 200-day moving average. This stock doesn't even come back to test that. It did in August for a cup of coffee, but basically this just keeps trending higher and pulling the 200 along with it. It really kind of bounces around the 50-day or 10-week moving average here. So that's all well and good. I think you can buy this at 634.30 and do just fine. I'd prefer a pullback, maybe on a bad day in the market or something where you get this pulled back a little bit more. Closer, say, to the beginning of this week, which is like 612, something like that. That would be my best entry. However, let me show you why you're probably not going to get that entry. If you do, by the way, take it. You could thank me later. But this is what I'm seeing here on the daily chart. These are just various stops and various other things that I've had. I'll get rid of all this mess in a minute, but I want you to focus on this 653.57. That's the consensus price target of all the analysts covering this. And this was as of December 3rd. So it was a month ago when the consensus price target was 653.57. And the thing that I noted back then was, look, analysts don't like to be behind the curve. And so that was a price target that was close enough to where the chart is now that you can look at it, and it's almost like a reliable indicator that we're going to start getting analyst upgrades. They're not going to, on a stock like Meta, you're not going to have some dude have a strong buy on the stock with a 620 price target. That's just not the way it works. I mean, not even analysts are that stupid. And, a lot of them aren't particularly smart, but, dumb people need jobs too. But typically what happens is as a stock starts to close in on an analyst's price target, which, by the way, makes that analyst look pretty darn smart. If they've got a price target and like a consensus price target of 653.57. And by the way, that means that some are higher and then some are lower. But if my price target's 653.57 and the stock starts to move up here, I'm starting to feel pretty good. Like, okay, I had a high price target. Now the stock's coming up to hit my price target. And so that analyst and in institutions, traders, they're going to start feeling pretty comfortable. Like, okay, I got a handle on this stock. I know what's going on. And so they'll start raising the price target. It's kind of like, as an analyst, they're a winner. This is a winner. This is a good, quote, trade. It's a good target. The stock is hitting it. And so you will start seeing in the weeks to come, you're going to start seeing analysts raise their price target, particularly since earnings are just a month away. So as this stock starts to run up into earnings, and I believe it's going to, as it starts to run up into earnings, you are going to see price targets elevated. You're going to see 660, 670, 680. You're going to see those price targets start to be jacked up. And with that, the price of Meta. So I think even though the stock is really, it's right at prior resistance here, and it's up quite a bit over the last several days. Over the last 4 days, stock's up 8%, which for a stock like Meta, that's a lot. It's kind of begging for a little bit of a pullback. I would say if it does pull back, it's a gift. Take the gift and say thank you very much and buy the stock. If, on the other hand, the stock starts moving higher, I would say, thank you very much, sir. I'll take some, and then I'll wait for a pullback to add. So either way, in my book, and by the way, few people dislike Zuckerberg more than I do, but I do like making money. more than I dislike Zuckerberg. So with that acknowledged, if the stock runs up, buy the stock. If the stock pulls back, buy the stock. Just make sure you have some kind of a risk profile. You want to know exactly how much you're risking. Okay, I'm buying it here. Where am I going to put my stop? What's the maximum dollars that I will lose? Stuff like that. You got to be doing that. But generally speaking, guys, this weekly chart controls. So unless you're a swing trader wanting to make money, hey, I'm buying it on Tuesday, where's it going to be on Thursday? Unless you're that kind of trader, why don't you just take a position in Meta and then let the stock do what it's going to do, because it's ultimately going to go higher. Okay, so by the way, I was on today for an hour and a half teaching a lot about trading that typically I don't talk about. So this was not just a member. Pardon my cough. I'm really sick. This was not just a typical training session on Monday. I mean, I dug into a lot of things as far as how you identify bases, how you identify high bases, how you differentiate between a high base, which is a good thing, and institutional distribution, which is not a good thing. I gave a lot of nuances to that. So I'm telling you, if you're not a member of Stock Market Mentor, hoodwink me. Just hoodwink me. Sign up for a free trial. Okay. Now you're a member. Watch this video, watch this training session for today. And then after you've watched it, go ahead and cancel. So you haven't spent a dime and you've got about an hour and a half of really, really great instruction that's going to make you money. I really don't care. Seriously, I don't. So like I say, hoodwink me, do it that way. And I promise you the things that you learn in this session today, absolutely and unequivocally, or as some people say, unequivocally, will unequivocally make you money. I promise you that. So do that. Hoodwink me, sign up for the free trial, watch the video, cancel, move on with your life, and I'll move on with mine, and we'll be better for never ever having known each other. Okay. All right. That's all I got to say. Hope you all have a great evening. I am taking my wife out to pizza at Truly Pizza in Dana Point. It's awesome.